Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a wonderful interview from Alejandra Guajardo, who is Miss El Salvador from 2022. Today's podcast is to get a deeper understanding of who she is as a person, how she views the world, what her thoughts are on art, beauty, the world around us, how she sees everything, how that's changed in life, what the artwork is behind her, what she thinks of Dashi. Obviously, going into Bitcoin, NFTs, I will 100% mention Vivi and 100% go there. Type in any questions you want in the comments below to support the podcast. Please check out the links below, Earth 2 and all that jazz, Patreon, and we'll get her in T minus 5 seconds. She will be right here. Wes, shout out to you for always supporting. And then here she is.
Hello, how are you, Randy?
I am doing quite all right. How about yourself? This is 8 p.m. in El Salvador time. Do you have a big night planned?
Well, right now I don't have plans. My only plan was to have this interview with you because, oh my God, since a long time ago that we were planning this, and I had so many events, I have so many things going on that, well, finally I made the time because this was important.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thanks for making this. I know the past few years, especially the last year, probably has not been easy scheduling wise. I know you've had a plethora of messages come your way, but I'm excited to get you on here.
No.
And I, I listened to your podcast with Wendy, the English one. I don't speak too much Spanish. It was like a couple months ago, and I did that just to make sure I kind of didn't ask any of the same questions. And I
Okay.
realized I did not know anything about the pageant industry. So I wanted to start with a quote from Qui-Gon Jinn from Star Wars. He says that training to become a Jedi is not an easy challenge. And even if you succeed, it's a hard life. So if you change the word Jedi and replace it with pageant contestant or Miss Universe contestant, what are some of the hardest challenges that one would need to overcome?
For sure, it will have to be secure of yourself, to believe in you, because through the process to go to Miss Universe, lots of people, they always tells you like, you should change this, you should do this, you should do that, you should choose this. They always want to change you, to change your physical aspect. It happened to me. And also, they a lot of people have like a specific type of miss that they always want to chase the same type. But well, I'm not like that. I'm not like the rest of the girls. So that for sure was a challenge for me. A little bit, I can say that a little bit, because I am secure of myself. But yeah, when I won, I was like, wow, I thought I was secure, but with all of these comments, with all of these messages, like it's hard. But you need to always uh like remain, be yourself and trust in you. That's like the most important thing, I will say, for me.
Thank you. And for the with the process of trying to win the crown, are there any like aspersions that are cast upon you, like there is in politics and personal attacks, or personal attacks something that's not done in any way, or like you guys above that?
Like, what are the attacks?
Yeah, like are in order for someone to try to get the crown, do they try to lift themselves up by pulling others down? They're like, oh, we shouldn't have her because of X, Y, and Z.
No, 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 no. But to be honest, these type of pageants that are like, well, this one is the biggest and the most important one. There's a lot of other interests in between, like politics. And well, yeah, there's a lot of things going on there. It's not only like what you have to bring to the world or the most beautiful woman, because well, nowadays pageants are not about only how beautiful you are and how perfect you are. They want like an integral woman, like a wholesome. like that it's inspirational, that has something to offer to the world, that has a project that will help society, because at the end you are a representative. But like everything in this world, there's always some interests of other people.
Agreed. My friend Charlie used to say that in life there are things to overcome, but the joy is in overcoming them. Do you think that the challenges, or do you find that there are joy in the challenges that you have to overcome, or is that particular process odious to you and you'd rather not do it?
Well, I think all the challenges that I overcome, at the end you learn from them, and sometimes you have to go to that process. Sometimes it's not a good process, but if you don't go that way, then you will never appreciate the rest, and you will never know what's like the true meaning and the true happiness. Sometimes you need to suffer to appreciate all of those things and to learn more, and so you will never go to that path again. So for sure there's always joy in those kind of hard challenges.
I forget who said it, but there's a quote that says, "To know pain is to know beauty." Is that the is that quote still relevant today? As in, hey, these heels hurt. Hey, to do starve yourself to achieve a certain body type. Is it still relevant?
Well, to be honest, yes. If your beauty is pain, for sure, because well, for my example, I had to. Well, I always worked out all my life, and I love sports, and I did basketball, tennis. I did like lots of sports when I was little, so I love to work out. But of course, to be like beautiful, you have to do a little bit more. Like I had to do like a very strict diet, and I love desserts. Also, I wanted to. You can go to Miss Universe however you want, to be honest, with whatever weight you want. That it's not a restriction anymore. But I wanted to be fit because I like it, because I wanted to, not because no one told me. And so I went, and they did some, I don't know how to say this in English, mesoterapia. They did injections, and that hurt a lot, like to reduce how do you say, fat, to reduce fat faster.
So it's like
For me
they
that was
take
a little
steroids.
bit painful. Huh?
So they take steroids, like they
No,
inject it for.
no, 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 no. Actually it's natural. It's only to reduce fat faster. They put like injections in your abs, and that's it.
Oh
That
wow.
was the only thing that I will say was painful for me. But like I said, I don't. For me, the physical aspect is not important anymore, because at the end, this is going to end. Like we are not gonna be beautiful all of our lives. What it's going to remain, it's what we have to share, what we have to inspire, what we have to give to the people. So for me was to definitely stay true to myself, and don't listen to other people with their bad opinions or bad comments, because they always wanted to change my physical aspect. They told me a lot of times, like, you should do a surgery on your breast, and I was like, why they want me to change? They want me to put an injection in my lips, in my nose, here, and I was like, I accept myself how I am, and that's what I'm going to present at Miss Universe. And that was also my message, like to accept yourself how you are, and not to be influenced by other people.
Yeah. So as you people in the limelight tend to get a lot of haters, I imagine you probably get a lot of adoring fans, people that believe that you could probably do anything. There's a quote from Bobby Axelrod in the show Billions where he says, "If you're successful enough, people will believe you can do anything, and after a while, you're going to start to believe it yourself." So, have you hit that point yet? And if you have, when did you hit that? And if you haven't, when do you think that point would be?
No, I think I did it, but not at Miss Universe, way before, because since I was little, I owe everything that I wanted in my life. I had to work for it, and I always did. My parents teach me that way. If you want something in your life, you need to work for it and get it. And so I wanted to study international business, and my parents, they told me, okay, you want to study, then you work for it and you pay your studies. And I was like, okay. I did it. I graduated. I have 3 careers, and that was like my first goal, you know. And I felt in that way accomplished, and I was like, okay, now I want another challenge. And I worked a lot to be at Miss Universe, because since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be there. And I remember seeing Miss Universe with my family, and I will cry. I will say like, oh my God, I want to be there one day. But I knew that this was just like a hobby, because this is not forever. But this was a step to again demonstrate myself that I can. And people do believe in me. They, every time I tell them let's do this, they're like, yes, I'll go with you because I know you will do it. And I'm like, everything that I want to do it, I go and I do it, you know. Like I don't hesitate. And I think that's because I believe in myself. And if you believe in yourself, everyone will. But if you don't believe in yourself, then who will, you know?
Good point. Good questions. Speaking of Wendy, who says that you're a queen,
Thank
I,
you,
I
Wendy. Hi, Wendy.
after listening to that interview that you guys did a while ago, she had asked about your past inspirations, where you had mentioned your mother, and you had mentioned how much that you looked up to her, inspired by her. So to flip that, let me ask this. Currently, you inspire many people in the Hispanic community, particularly young women who want to be just like you. What quality do they look up to that you're most proud of?
That I am very authentic. That uh, I don't follow like a trend. I never follow anyone. I listen to myself. I dress the way I dress because I like it, not because someone else will judge me. Like I don't care if people judge me, because at the end, people will judge you if you do something good, bad, you know. So I always been like very authentic, and I think that's something that drives me to go and do everything that I want to do in this life and achieve it.
You posted yesterday on Instagram saying your uniqueness is your power. And I thought that was a very interesting quote. I think to add on that, I think that a lot of people have unwavering belief in their own capabilities, like myself. But what are you capable of that most others are not? And is that what makes you unique, or is it something else entirely?
What makes me unique?
Yes.
Well, first of all, I think everyone in this world is unique. You know, everyone has something to offer. Everyone is different. Everyone has a way of thinking. But I think what makes me unique is the way I perceive everything, because for me there's no wrong or there's no right, and I respect all perspectives of everyone, you know. Like I don't judge. I just let people live so they can let me live the way I want, you know. I think that is what makes me unique, that I let people be themselves and I don't judge them.
You're a good person. Well, here's something that I think you did partly because of your belief in it, partly because to stand out, but I think is what makes you unique as well. The infamous Bitcoin dress. The the dress that you wore got everyone's attention, kind of became semi-viral. Um, I know you said that being in these pageants is a step. Was the pageants a stepping stone to launch your personality into the Web3 and crypto world? or is that something that just kind of happened by accident?
It was for sure a step because my national costume, it was planned, of course, and I had the idea to make it about Bitcoin. And I know you heard the interview with Wendy, and I explained there how I wanted my national costume to be, and it wasn't like it was in Miss Universe. I wanted like something more technological, like a Iron Man suit, you know, and like something here that said Bitcoin. And a lot of people, actually the designer, he didn't want it to be only about Bitcoin because, you know, here in El Salvador, more than 50% of the population doesn't even know about Bitcoin. They don't even
Yeah.
know how to use it. So a lot of people are against it, and they, because they don't know, they think that the government did it to steal money from them. So a lot of people were against my national costume, but again, I stayed true to myself, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna listen to what you guys want. I'm the one that is going to Miss Universe, and I want the Bitcoin. And also because years before, I started in all of the cryptocurrencies.
So you have an exceeding amount of talents at your disposal, opportunities, contacts. You're choosing a Bitcoin ordinals and focusing on crypto adoption in your country. Why is that most important to you?
To choose Bitcoin?
Yeah, why is growing Bitcoin adoption, why is that most important to you?
Ah, well, for me, this is for sure the future. The world is changing every day in very big steps, and we cannot stay ahead. You know, if you don't change, you're gonna stay back. You know, you're not gonna improve, because we need to change with the world. And I know, and I know that you know this for sure, that in a few years physical money is gonna disappear. Everything's gonna be technological. So of course, for me, it's very important to introduce more the cryptocurrencies to my country, since here is the first country that it's a legal currency. You know, I know a lot of Salvadorans, if they knew how to use these cryptocurrencies, it will it will improve their lives. I know for sure, because you can do a lot of stuff, and also it's a free how you say, it's like a free economy,
Yeah.
you know, with the Bitcoin. So if they were new, I think for sure that the economy will improve more, because it is improving right now a lot, but it will improve more if people will use it more here.
I know you said that more than half people don't even really know what Bitcoin is,
Mm-hmm.
but how many of those people that know what it is, how many actively use it in the country? Do you have an estimate on that?
Mm, I will say that maybe like 80% are the ones that don't. I
And
will
then
say you're 85.
the
Yeah.
rest that do.
The rest of the people that use it are foreigners, and yeah, some Salvadorans, and of course, the second biggest population of Salvadorans are in the U.S. So those people too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
they all go to the United States to work and to find like a better life. But that was before. Right now, we are one of the safest countries in the world, in America. So actually now people are coming back, and a lot of foreigners are coming here, and they want to have their citizenship, Salvadoran citizenship.
So how easy is it to get that?
How easy is?
Yeah, how easy is it to get the citizenship? Do you
The,
have to live there for a few years?
okay, so it's quite easy. You can marry a Salvadoran. That's the easiest.
Oh, nice.
The second one, easiest, it's to start investing here, and they give you like a provisional residency, and then you can apply for the citizenship. But it's quite easy, to be honest.
How would I go about doing that? Like, how much do I have to invest? Is it like something small, like
No,
100K, or do you have to invest millions?
it's something big. I don't know exactly the amount. I will look for it and I will let you know.
Okay, cool. Part of the reason I'm asking is because I've done some very light research into the taxes that other countries have on crypto. The US, it's very heavy, and our current president wants to tax it like up the yin yang. So I've been looking at other places like Puerto Rico and Portugal. I just don't know too much about El Salvador. How do you guys tax it over there?
Or taxes?
For crypto, yeah, on gains. Like if I buy 10,000 worth of crypto, and then next year it goes to 100,000, and I have 90,000 in gains, how is that taxed? Like how much do I have to pay?
Mm, I don't think that they will tax it if it's
Oh, anything?
if it's Bitcoin.
Oh, okay. So, and that's why they legalize it, so they don't have to tax it.
A lot of the ¿cómo se dice? The remesas. I don't
Is
know.
that your currency?
No, a lot of the money from the Salvadorans
Mhm.
that live in the U.S. and that they send money to their family here in the U.S. in El Salvador. Those are called remesas. You know.
Um, okay, I understand that, yeah. And then from that, they don't tax?
For example, that of course they tax if it's like U.S. dollars,
Yeah.
but Bitcoin it's easier, and a lot of those remesas they send it in Bitcoin.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Oh, so you could, if I'm in the US and I have, let's say $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, and then suddenly I have 100,000, or what does 5x my next year? Let's say I have 50,000. I have $40,000 in profit, and I could just spend it to my business in El Salvador. El Salvador is not going to tax me on that.
On the Bitcoin,
Yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think so. But I will have to look for that. But I don't think on the Bitcoin.
that's amazing. I have to do more research for that too, because that's, like you
I
said,
will do that research too.
it's very innovative. I really like that. So, I don't know how much you want to get to the politics here. The current El Salvadorian president made Bitcoin legal tender, correct?
Yes.
How obviously it's popular with the Web3 community. How popular was that with El Salvadorians in general?
No, here in El Salvador, we love him. Like
Okay.
here, it's very acceptable. Everyone accepts this president, and also he's going to be re-elected next year. And well, everyone knows that he's gonna win because he has made a very good job. Firstly, in in the security, because if you don't have security in a country, then you will not improve in almost anything. But he has improved a lot in security. Like I said, it's one of the safest places in America. So a lot of people it's thankful with him because now they can go out at night and not worry about anything. They can grow their business because the gangs here they used to ask for money to small business and also big business, so you will never improve because you had to pay this fee to the gangs. But
Yeah.
now that doesn't exist anymore. So a lot of people, I will say, I can't say 100%, but I will say like 90% of the population are happy with him here in
So
El Salvador.
how did he do that? Did he just beef up the military and did away with the gangs that way? Or because it's a very hard thing to do.
Yeah, it was hard for sure, but he put all of them at jail, and he wasn't like the other governments that they were like soft in that, because they always did business with the gangs, the other governments. And
Oh, okay.
he has like a more strong hand. How we say that? Like he has more character about that. And
Wow. Buddy Omar says he's got friends and family members there, saying it's a lot safer. So that's really cool. I totally love to visit one day. I haven't. Um, I was born in Peru. I haven't been back there in quite a while.
okay,
I went to Mexico recently this year, but that's it. I need to go back down south and do some stuff.
or is you have to come. So you speak Spanish or you don't?
Muy poquito, like like very very little. I know. It's not good of me. I have to be better. I'll try.
Yes.
In the although I don't know if we'll really need to know that many languages in the future, because when you have those Apple glasses that'll eventually translate speech for you, I feel like that could be
But it's good to put your brain to work. You know,
just
technology is going to atrophy, and like it's not gonna make us work the brain, and that's not good. That's not good. So yes, do learn another language, at least Spanish. You were born in Peru.
I'll try. So let me pick your brain for a minute. There's obviously a lot you've accomplished, and out of all the cryptos that there are, like 18,000 of them, obviously Bitcoin's the number one, and that's why most everybody likes it. But what are some other cryptos that you've taken a look at and you're just like, oh, I really like this? Like, do you like the Zev roll-ups of Immutable X? Do you like the and I don't mean for anything like malfeasance, like you think you're just gonna make, all this money, although that's part of it. I like things like, what tech do you like? Do you like OMI because it's gonna be super deflationary? It's like Ethereum because it'll flip Bitcoin. Very
Well,
curious.
yeah, when I started with all of this, actually, I started with Ethereum. Yeah, I started with Ethereum, and I also, that there was like these hot days that Shiba was like super hot. You remember? So
Yeah.
I did some Shiba too for a while, but it's not a good one. And Cardano, I remember that I did a little bit of Cardano, and that's it, I think, because at the end I took everything from those cryptocurrencies.
So the Cardano, I understand that's really big. Ether, I understand. Shiba, so that's like your first meme coin that you ever did. Have you taken a look at any other meme coins? Like, did you get into Pepe at all, or did you go something smaller?
No, only Shiba, only Shiba.
Okay.
Yeah, the meme coin, I know.
I mean, it is fun. Like I've even
Yeah.
dabbled in it recently myself. Just have extra funds. Like, if I have my position in other things, just for fun. It's a lottery. It's really fun to do though. So moving on from, I guess, still in the Web3 space, but moving on from the actual cryptos, which NFT projects do you like the most? I know you like ordinals, but what are some of the other NFT projects you like, whether it be Bored Apes, whether it be Vivi, whether it be uh, any of them?
I remember, I don't know which ones I like, but I remember I did mine a long time ago. I went to Costa Rica and I took some pictures of the nature, and I remember I did my NFTs of Costa Rica. And it was cool, it was cool. But I wasn't that into NFTs at that point.
I know.
No, what's your favorite?
Probably Vivi. um, Vivi is the. Have you heard of it?
No,
I feel like if you did, you'd like it.
maybe, yeah.
So yeah, they're the culmination of a lot of big Fortune 500 companies that wanted to get into the space. They didn't know how. The CEO, basically, what he does, he takes all these other CEOs and he takes their hand and he walks them through what the blockchain is, how to market, how to do everything. And you have the first appearance of Mickey Mouse, Spider-Man, Superman, all on the blockchain. And it's not from, any random artist. It's from from Marvel, from Disney, from DC. And I've spent quite a bit. I spend more time than I would like on the app every day. And then the crypto that's attached to the app, it's the top 20 grossing app, is called OMI. Will be hyper deflationary. I've put pretty much everything I have into it. So that's, I'm very biased on this. I'm very much on that. I'll totally talk to you about that at some point. But who are some of your favorite characters that we might see on there? Like, did you like Winnie the Pooh growing up? Do you like Spider-Man? Do you like Wonder Woman? Who are your favorite characters?
When I was little?
Or now, fictional, non-fictional?
I love SpongeBob right now. I'm super fan. I'm a huge fan of SpongeBob. I love Powerpuff Girls. I love Powerpuff Girls. and the Disney princess. I love Beauty and the Beast. That's my favorite princess.
SpongeBob, we're hoping gets on the app at some point. We will definitely have Beauty and the Beast. We have Disney's. That's a shoe-in. We already have Powerpuff Girls, and yeah, they're great. They're a lot of fun. They have them. They have Professor X. They have Mr. Mojo Jojo. They have a lot of the big characters.
Oh,
I want to ask a question about, since you brought them up. Which Powerpuff Girl do you identify with most? Blossom, Bubbles, or Buttercup?
I would say Blossom.
Yeah,
I love it. Blossom because she's the leader, and I think I'm a leader, and also Buttercup because of the character.
because she's spicy.
Rude because she not rude, but she had like a character. No,
Yeah.
how you? Yes.
Yes. Yeah, she's got that. She's got that dog in her. She's got that fight in her.
Yeah, attitude. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my favorite. That's probably my favorite app. I mean, I pay attention to some of the other stuff. There's Feeshes. There's, like I said, Bored Apes, Mutant Apes, and all that. And I know you said you had done some yourself, and I know you've done art yourself recently as well, and you sold one recently. Have you decided to make some of your art your NFTs? Like, oh, if you buy this piece of art, you get a free NFT, or if you buy this NFT, you get this free art.
Yes. Actually, that's a great idea. Yeah, I will definitely do that because right now I'm selling my second art piece. That it's my self-portrait. That's how you call it, right? Self-portrait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's of a picture that I took a lot of years ago,
Yeah.
and I did that portrait, and that's my second one. But the thing is that I have something more planned after this one. So, but yeah, I'm going to do something like that, but uh, in a few months or weeks. But right now, yeah, I'm gonna do something with my second one because that second one that I did, it's very special for me. It took a lot of time to paint it, and it's of a picture that I have that I love that picture. That's why I choose to paint that art. Did you saw it? Did you
Yeah.
see the second one?
The one that just sold, I saw. That's the one. That's your second?
No, the one that I sold, it's about the house.
Okay.
The second one, it's a self-portrait. You
Is
saw
it
it?
on your Twitter, Instagram? Where's the best?
It's on. I put it on Damus.
I don't know where that is.
Or not
Do
sure
you have a picture of it somewhere?
Yeah, I'm gonna post it on Twitter tonight.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so you only make one of them, so it's a one of one, and you sign it.
Yes, I'm gonna sign it, of course.
What is the, if you don't mind me asking, you don't have to answer, but how much did that go for? Because it's a one of one. It's only because only one of them. You're not gonna make another one, right?
See, the one that I painted.
Yeah, the one that just sold. How much did that go for? Was it at auction or was it a private sale?
No, it was a private sale.
Okay. It is okay. That's fine. Um, on the next one, now that you've had a sale under your belt, your platform's obviously been growing. It'll continue growing nonstop. Are you going to have one that's an auction?
Yeah, I can make it an auction.
That'd be fun. I would totally. I'd participate. I'd buy it.
Okay.
I'd
Okay.
have.
I'm gonna send it to you so you can see it.
Oh yes, please. That'd be great.
Yes.
Uh, so in your travels, what from El Salvador, U.S., everywhere in between. Currently, what is your take on the progression of crypto and NFTs? Is it going slow to you? Is it going faster than you thought it would be imagined? Somewhere in between?
Like for me or in general?
In general, like where you see it, like, oh wow, I didn't expect this, or oh, this is not as growing as fast as I would like.
I think like last year it was a little bit slow. Well, it was for sure.
Bear market, yeah.
Yes. And also, I think it's like the internet, you know? At first, a lot of people didn't believe in it, and it was kind of slow. It's like everything. It's like everything that they launch that it's new to people, that it's like that you have to learn how to use it. So I think it's normal, but for sure I know that in 10 years it's gonna be like the internet right now for us it's totally normal, and uh, a newborn know how to use it. I think the same is gonna happen to the Web3. But right now, since it's something like very new, well, it's like going, you know, um, baby steps. But I think
Agreed.
it's normal, like everything that it's innovation, it's like baby steps at the beginning so people can like know more about it and learn, and then it's gonna be like right now, like technology goes super fast.
Agreed. I remember, I forget who it was. It was like 10 years ago. It might have been Neil deGrasse Tyson, where he was saying, "What do you do as soon as you enter a room? You feel for the light switch because we're so accustomed to having electricity." And again, this is like 10, 12 years ago. It's like what we're going to do in the future is we're just going to automatically assume every room has Wi-Fi. And now, 10 years later, he was right. It's like, whoa, that was so meta. Um, do you think that in the future we might have the possibility of like a field test where you go and everyone's always wearing glasses all the time, everything's in AR and augmented reality, and we might not be able to tell the difference between what's there and what's not?
No, I think we're gonna be able to tell what's there and what's not.
Mm.
I don't think we're gonna actually have to wear the glasses. I think that we are going to have it already in the iris or something. Like technology goes super fast, and like they already put in like these chips in your hand, and you can pay with that. Like that's crazy.
Wow.
And I know that in the future, like everything's gonna be like, like you do this and you have like all your meal there. I don't know, it's gonna be crazy, but I don't think we will have to even use like those glasses. That's for now because
Yeah.
we're getting into it.
How do you feel about Elon Musk's Neuralink? And do you know what that is?
Neuralink.
Yeah, it's a chip that you can put in your brain, and if other people have it, you'd be like a computer. You could send your thoughts wirelessly to someone else. Do you think that is getting too much into the cyborg and takes away from humanity? Or do you think that in order to compete with AI, we're going to need to do that, as in what we said before, adapt or die?
Okay, I read this book that it's about that, and it said that yes, the artificial intelligence in some years probably most probably is going to be smarter than humans, and they will not need they will not need the human beings. They will automatically, and they like function by themselves. They will recreate others like them, and at the end they're gonna do everything, and at the end the human being is gonna extinct. That's the book I read, you know. Like, I don't know if the human being is gonna extinct, but with what I'm seeing, that now we don't use this anymore because we have everything in the phone. And you said it like, why should I learn this if we have these classes? No, that's not the point, you know, because we're
Yeah.
going to be useless to technology and to the artificial intelligence. So they will not need us, you know. They will not need us anymore because they will not need a human being that makes them, because
Yeah.
they will make another one of them by themselves, because they're gonna be like smarter than us, and they're not gonna have emotions or feelings. That's something that stop human beings, you know, of doing something. Our emotions and feelings, because we don't know how to control them, and are not going to have emotions or feelings, so nothing is going to stop them. So I think we need to, like, you know, think about that a little bit more serious. Maybe you and me, we're not gonna be there to see it. We don't know, but I think that's a problem that it's in the future for sure.
So the way you explained that, you didn't seem fearful, even though you nonchalantly talked about the extinction of humans. You seemed a little bit more excited. Tell me about that. Tell me.
Okay, I'm not excited, but I'm not. I don't have fear because I don't know. I think I'm not gonna be living there to see it, or maybe yes, but for sure I think this is going to happen. I don't know, in like 100 years. Well, no, not 100 years. I will say less, a lot less. But I explained this to a lot of people, and actually that was one of my projects, to be self-sufficient in food, because I'm sure that in the future the basic um, the most basic jobs in this world are gonna disappear because robots are going to do it, you know, like people that drives Uber, or cashier people, or people that cleans the house. Like, the most basic jobs are gonna disappear because the robot is going to do it for free, and it's gonna be faster, easier, cheaper, you know.
They
So
can't be bribed, and they don't sleep, and they don't slack off. Yeah.
exactly. They don't have, like I said, emotions, feelings, all of that. So what is going to all of those people do? So McDonald's, they have like millions of McDonald's all over the world. And in the US, they already have a lot of McDonald's. They don't have people. They don't have humans. They only have like one.
Yeah.
The rest of the people, what are they gonna do? You know, if you don't have like, if you're not like very brilliant in something, then what are you gonna do? You're gonna die because you're not gonna have money to buy food, you know, all of that. So that was one of my projects, to be self-sufficient in food, because if you're self-sufficient in food, then you don't have to worry about that. If you're a cashier, for example, and a robot has your job now,
Yeah.
and you go to ask for another job in, I don't know, in another place as a waitress, but they're not gonna exist anymore because robots are gonna do that too. So
Yeah.
what all of that people are gonna do, you know? So if you're independent in the most basic things that humans need, that it's to eat, then you don't have to worry about that.
How close are you to that goal of being self-sufficient with food? Like, do you have farmland and enough to live on?
Yes, well, 10 years ago, I started to grow my own organic food with my family. My dad, he had pancreatic cancer, and well, you know, all of the cancer, all of the diseases that nowadays exist, it's because of everything that we eat. Everything is contaminated. Everything has a lot of chemicals. So we change our way of or habits of eating, and we started to grow our lettuce, our fruits, or vegetables or fruits. Also, we started to have our chickens, so we have organic eggs.
Nice.
Be more conscious of what we eat. If you eat healthier, you're gonna live longer, but live longer with quality life, not longer with diseases, like a lot of people do nowadays. They go to the
Yeah.
hospital and they live longer because of all the medicine, but they don't have quality life. So I've done this 10 years ago, and also we grow cannabis and we do the CBD oil because my dad
Cool.
here with the CBD oil, and he started to give the CBD oil for free to people that are in need and doesn't have like access to medicines and doctors. And then we saw that it was like a magical thing,
Yeah.
because people with Parkinson started to heal, girls with tumors in the brain, people with another cancer in another part of the body. So then we started to do that as a business, and also like tell people to come back to their origins, to the nature, because nature gives you everything. It gives you food, it gives you medicine, it gives you don't need anything. But of course, with life is so fast right now that we just order a pizza and it comes in 20 minutes. Like people are getting people are getting lazy. They're getting lazy. They don't want to work, they don't want to think, they want everything easy and fast. But that will bring a lot of problems in the near future.
Agreed. Um, so you mentioned before you grow your CBD oil. Is growing cannabis legal there?
No, I do it in Mexico. Not,
Oh, okay.
yeah, not in El Salvador. Yeah, we have a permission, of course, because we everything that we do is medicinal. We do the CBD oil and we do face lotions for the face lotions. I'm sorry, because the CBD regenerates the cells. So cancer, it's bad cells. It's
Oh,
cancerogenous cells, and what the CBD does is that it regenerates those cells. So now imagine in the face, my mom makes the face lotions of CBD, and then my dad, he does the CBD oil, and everything is handmade. So that's like something that I do.
okay. I should really look into that as well. I when you were mentioning before, like about eating healthy, Americans a lot of time we eat poison. Like I have a bag of Taco Bell right down there. I get it. Um, and I've been looking for ways to try to prolong life. And I know cutting out Taco Bell will definitely be one of them. Um, I'll keep you posted on how that goes. The
Yes.
One of the other things that I've looked at was I don't know I don't know, I don't think there's a term for this yet. I guess it would be blood doping, where they did an experiment a few years back where they would take blood from younger rats and they would inject older rats with that blood, and the older rats started acting younger. And they started doing this. One of the guys from PayPal started doing this, where he pays his son and like his friends with the same blood type as him every couple of months. He gets blood taken from them and injects it into himself. And apparently, he's recaptured some of his youth. Apparently, the telomeres at the ends of his DNA have stopped going down, and they're um, at what point does science take away from humanity? And at what point uh, will you participate in that if it could help you live longer, or do you think that's unnatural?
Well, for sure, it's not natural, because everything in this life has a expiration date. We are organic persons. We have to die. Of course, I would love to live longer. Of course, I would love to stay at 27 all my life, or not all my
Same.
life, until I wanted to, you know? maybe that. But I think this is life. You know, you need to make the most of it. Well, I do believe that we reincarnate, you know, that we have like other lives in the past. I do believe in that. So I don't know. I love this life. I love my life. I enjoy it. I'm thankful for everything that I have, and I would love to, yes, stay this age, more years, not only 1 year. But you need to accept it. Accept it. You know, we're gonna die, and well, if technology starts that, like I said, it's not gonna be natural. We don't know what's going to happen, but for what I see, it's that human beings maybe they're gonna be extinct in some years. So
You seem very comfortable with death. I find that very intriguing about you. There's
with
yeah, with death. My friend Jen, she's been on the podcast a couple times. I'll send you the link where she specializes in researching and going. She's very big on TikTok and Instagram with talking about reincarnation stories about some kids that are born with like birthmarks, and when they're like 2 years old, they start talking about how they died and like what is this, and they do research. Is like they look up the person's name, where the address was, how they died from like a gunshot. It's insane. You would like her a lot. It's I'll send you the links for that.
yeah,
And
send it. I love that.
I know you only had an hour. I wish I could talk to you about this all day because this this would be great. We'll do it over drinks one day.
Yeah.
Um, I'll talk to you a little bit about VV off camera. But right now, is there anything else you wanted to bring up before we end it here?
Yes, well, first of all, thank you for this lovely interview, and I would like to tell you to stay tuned with my artwork that I'm just doing, because I'm going to do more, and it's gonna be exciting because I have like some very cool ideas. And also, I'm going to start my ONG of Bitcoin here in El Salvador, because I want to educate Salvadorans about Bitcoin more. So I'm gonna do my ONG about that.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to join, more than welcome.
We'll be sure to promote that as well. We'll get you back on the podcast at some point, or in one of our travels. We'll go meet up wherever. When's the next time you're going to the States?
When was the last time?
Oh, when's the next time you're going to the States?
Where do you live exactly?
I'm in New York on Long Island, but I kind of go all over, depending on where the party is.
I'm not sure. I can go
Oh,
whenever,
oh cool. Well, we'll
but
we'll
I don't
schedule a
have
meet at some point.
right now. I don't have plans to go. But if you invite me, I'll go.
Oh, all right. Let's get the spread. New York Comic Con. We'll get you that. We'll get you down there. It's wild.
When?
New York Comic Con. It's in October. It's everyone goes and they dress up as like their favorite superheroes, their favorite whatever. It's a great time. You'll have a lot of fun.
Okay. Yes. Why not?
All right, cool beans. Like I said, we'll end it here. And then I'll talk to you off camera for like 2 minutes, and we'll end it. So thank you so much for coming. Next time we'll talk about your artwork and Dashi. Bye everyone. Thank you so much for joining.